Natural vegetation. Introduction. In this lesson, we will learn about natural vegetation, importance of forests, types of vegetation, tropical evergreen, tropical deciduous, tropical desert, littoral, and mountain, distribution and correlation with their environment. Forest conservation. Natural vegetation. Natural vegetation refers to the plant cover that has not been disturbed over a long time so as to allow its individual species to adjust themselves fully to the climate and soil conditions. Thus, grasses, shrubs, and trees, which grow on their own without any interference, constitute the natural vegetation of an area. There is a difference between flora, vegetation, and forest. Now, flora refers to plants of a particular region or period listed as species and considered as a group. For example, the eastern Himalayas have about 4,000 species of plants which vary from tropical to temperate and alpine with increasing altitude. Vegetation, on the other hand, refers to the assemblage of plant species living in association with each other in a given environmental setup. For example, the redwood forests, coastal mangroves, roadside weed patches, cultivated gardens and lawns, etc., all are encompassed by the term vegetation. The major vegetation types of the world are grouped as forests, grasslands, scrubs, and tundra. The word forest refers to a large tract of land covered with trees and accompanying undergrowth of shrubs, herbs, and sustaining thousands of life forms, which include both plants and animals. In legal terminology, a forest is any land with its vegetative cover that has been so declared under a legal provision. Importance of forests. Forests have the following importance in our daily life. First, productive functions. Various trees provide us with products such as fruits, leaves, roots, and tubers of plants. Besides, forest animals also provide food to some of the tribes in the form of meat. Wood is used for making furniture in houses as well as industrial units. Wood and bamboo pulp are used for manufacturing paper and paper boards. Wood is used indiscriminately as a source of energy for cooking and for providing warmth. Forest products other than timber and firewood include fibers, essential oils, oil seeds, and edible plants. Bamboos provide a means of livelihood for the tribals who make mats, baskets, ropes, etc. using bamboo. It is also used in the manufacture of rayon, the yarns, and artificial silk fibers. Second, protective functions. Forests control the water flow. The thick layer of humus in the forests prevents evaporation of water. The humus acts as a natural sponge and helps to soak the rainwater in the soil. The forest, with its complex root system, binds the soil, thereby preventing soil erosion and loss of nutrients. The thick humus over the years is formed by the decay of forest litter, which increases the fertility of the soil. Third, regulatory functions. The trees use carbon dioxide from respiration and release oxygen during photosynthesis. The oxygen released by the trees is used by the animal world. Thus, the trees perpetuate the cycles of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the biosphere. They also regulate the water cycle. The trees absorb water from the ground, release water during transpiration into the atmosphere, which helps to form clouds and precipitation, which brings water again into the soil, thus completing the water cycle. Fourth, accessory functions. Accessory motions of the trees means that the forests provide habitat for the wildlife. Forests also provide aesthetics and recreation to human beings through national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves. Types of vegetation. India has a variety of forests and natural vegetation which varies from region to region due to variations in climatic conditions, soil types, and relief features. The Western Ghats and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are marked with tropical rainforests. The Himalayas have temperate vegetation. The desert and semi-desert regions of Rajasthan have a wide variety of bushes and thorny vegetation, and the delta regions have tropical forests and mangroves. The country can be divided into 5 major vegetation regions, which are 1. Tropical evergreen, 2. Tropical deciduous, 3. Tropical desert, 4. Littoral, and 5. Montane. 1. Tropical evergreen or rainforests. A. Climatic conditions. These forests are found in the areas where the amount of annual rainfall is more than 250 centimeters. Average annual temperature is between 25 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius, and average annual humidity exceeds 77%. B. Distribution. These forests are chiefly distributed in the heavy rainfall areas of the western slopes of the Western Ghats, hills of northeastern region, and the island groups of Lakshadweep, the Andaman and Nicobar, and Tamil Nadu coast. C. Characteristic features. The main characteristic features of these forests are: first, they are dense, multi-layered, and have many types of trees and shrubs. Second, trees reach great heights of more than 60 meters or above. Third, the carpet layer of herbs and grasses cannot grow because of the dense canopy of trees which do not allow enough sunlight to reach the ground. Fourth, the trees in these forests do not have a fixed time to shed their leaves, to flower, or for fruition. That is why these forests appear green all the year round. The main variety of trees found in these forests include rosewood, ebony, mahogany, tooth chaplas, siso, gurjan, tilsur, etc. D. Economical value. Tropical evergreen forests produce various plant species of high economic value. The timber produced is hard, durable, and fine-grained. However, due to tangled mass of canes, palms, bamboos, ferns, and climbers, along with the lack of means of transport, these forests have not been fully exploited. 2. Tropical deciduous forests. These forests are also known as the monsoon forests. They are the most widespread forests in India. Based on the availability of water, these forests are further categorized into 2 types. First, the moist deciduous forests, and second, the dry deciduous forests. So first let's see the moist deciduous forests. A. Climatic conditions. Such forests are found in areas with moderate or low annual rainfall of 100 to 200 centimeters and the mean annual temperature of 24 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius and humidity percentage of 50 to 80. B. Distribution. These forests occur in the northeastern part of the peninsula, along the foothills of Himalayas and eastern slopes of the Western Ghats. They occupy a sizable area in Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and have an area bigger than the evergreen forests. C. Characteristic features. The main characteristic features of these forests are: first, the trees in these forests shed their leaves from 6 to 8 weeks during spring and early summer when the storage of water is acute. Further, the subsoil water is not enough for the trees to keep their leaves all the year around. Second, a particular species can be found over a large area. Third, they are commercially most exploited forests of India. The common trees of such forests are sal, teak, arjun, shisham, mahua, mulberry, palash, semal, and sandalwood. E. Economical value. Tropical deciduous forests are commercially the most exploited. Besides providing valuable timber, they provide various other products. Sandalwood found in these forests is in great demand in India and abroad. Second, dry deciduous forests. A. Climatic conditions. These forests are found in areas having a mean annual temperature of 23 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius, annual rainfall between 70 centimeters to 100 centimeters, and humidity between 51 to 58%. B. Distribution. These forests are found over a wide area, especially in an irregular strip running north-south from the foots of the Himalayas to Kanyakumari, except in Rajasthan, West Bengal and Western Ghats. They occupy a sizable area in Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. C. Characteristic features. These forests thrive between moist deciduous forests in the east and tropical thorn forests in the west. On the wetter margins, these forests have a transition into moist deciduous, while on the drier margins, they degrade into thorn forests. In the northern Indian plains and in the areas of higher rainfall in the peninsular plateau, these forests have open stretches in which teak and other trees are interspersed with patches of grass. During the dry season, the trees in these forests shed their leaves completely and give the forests a look of vast grassland with naked trees. The common trees of these forests are teak, tendu, sal, rosewood, amalthas, bale, kher, axlewood, etc. D. Economical value. The trees of these forests provide timber, fruits, and other useful products. Large tracts of these forests have been cleared for agricultural activities. 3. Tropical desert forests. These are also known as tropical thorn forests. A. Climatic conditions. These forests are found in the areas which receive rainfall less than 50 centimeters. The mean annual temperature ranges between 25 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius and has humidity below 47%. B. Distribution. These forests are chiefly distributed in southwestern Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, central and eastern Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, parts of Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. C. Characteristic features. The main characteristic features of these forests are: first, these forests have xerophytic vegetation. Due to paucity of rainfall, the trees are stunted with large patches of coarse grasses. Second, in these forests, plants remain leafless for most part of the year and look like scrub vegetation. The important trees found here include babool, date palm, ber, kher, neem, khejri, kanju, cacti, cocoa, etc. D. Economical value. Ber fruit is eaten raw or made into pickle or beverages. Its timber is hard, strong, tough, and durable. It is used to make legs for bedsteads, boat ribs, agricultural implements, charcoal, etc. Babool bark and gum have medicinal value. Date palm is eaten raw and also used as an astringent, as a decoction, syrup or paste for sore throat, cold, fever, etc. Neem bark and roots have medicinal properties. Neem oil, leaves, and neem extracts are used to manufacture health and beauty products. It is also used as an insecticide. 4. Littoral or tidal forests. A. Climatic conditions. These forests are found in wet, marshy areas, in river deltas, in tidal or other swampy areas, and along the sea coasts. B. Distribution. These forests are chiefly distributed in the deltas of large rivers on the eastern coast and in pockets on the western coast, in saline swamps of Sundarbans in West Bengal, and coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. C. Characteristic features. The main characteristic features of these forests are: first, they have mainly evergreen species of varying density and height, usually associated with wetness. Second, the tree trunks are supported by a number of stilt-like roots which remain submerged under water during high tide and can be seen during low tide. Third, they have profuse growth of tangle of climbers, which is an adaptation for survival in soft and shifting mud. The important trees include keora, amur, bhara, rhizophora, screw pines, canes and palms, sundari, agar, etc. Mangrove forests grow along the coasts, in the salt marshes, tidal creeks, mud flats, and estuaries. They are found in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and West Bengal. Other areas of significance include the Mahanadi, the Godavari, and the Krishna deltas. These forests have Sundari trees, after the name of which these forests are known as Sundarbans in the Ganga Delta. D. Economical value. Mangrove trees are utilized for fuel, whereas Sundari trees provide hard, durable timber. 5. Montane forests. In the mountain regions, temperature decreases with altitude. This has a corresponding effect on the natural vegetation of the mountain regions. A. Climatic conditions. These forests are found in areas where annual temperature is 12 degrees Celsius to 13 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is between 100 and 300 centimeters. And annual humidity is between 56 to 65%. B. Relief. These forests occur at an altitude between 1,000 meters to 4,000 meters. C. Distribution. These forests cover the entire Himalayan zone from Kashmir to Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. In the peninsular region, they are found in the Vindhyas, Nilgiris, and the Western Ghats. D. Characteristic features. The main characteristic features of these forests are: first, these forests contain mixed species of broad-leaved evergreen trees and conifers. They also contain scrubs, creepers, and ferns. Second, at the foothills of the Himalayas, deciduous forests are found. Third, at an altitude of 1,000 meters to 2,000 meters, they are the moist temperate forests. Fourth, in the hilly areas of West Bengal and Uttarakhand, evergreen broadleaf trees like chestnut and oak are found. Fifth, between the altitude of 1,500 meters and 1,750 meters, coniferous trees like cheer pine is an important tree. At 2,250 meters and 3,000 meters, blue pine and spruce are found. Sixth, at higher altitudes, alpine forests and pastures are found, followed by mosses and lichens. Beyond the snow line, no vegetation is found. Seventh, in the peninsular regions, the area is only about 1,500 meters in height and vegetation varies from tropical to temperate forests. Important trees and their uses. Rosewood is used for making furniture, floorboards, wagon paths, etc. It is used as decorative wood for carving and for making ornamental ply boards and veneers. Ebony is used for ornamental carving and for decoration. It is used for inlaying, for making musical instruments, sports goods, piano keys, and caskets. Teakwood is moderately hard, durable, and easy to work. It is used for construction purposes, shipbuilding and making furniture, railway carriages, sleepers, and bridges. Sandalwood is used for making statues and ornamental objects. It is also used in making aromatic substances and for extracting sandalwood oil. Sal wood is very hard, heavy, and tough. It is used for making beams, planking, and railing of bridges, doors, window posts of houses, railway sleepers, etc. Palash leaves are used for rearing shellac worms. Ber is a fruit which is eaten raw or making pickle or beverages. It is rich in vitamin C. Its timber is hard, strong, tough, and durable. It is used to make legs for bedsteads, boat ribs, agricultural implements, charcoal, etc. Babool's bark and gum have medicinal value. Neem bark and roots have medicinal properties. It helps to cure skin infections, is effective in treating diabetes, allergies, ulcers, and several other diseases. Neem oil, leaves, and neem extracts are used to manufacture health and beauty products. Neem is also used as an insecticide. Devdar is a medium weight wood which is very sturdy in use and durable. It is used for construction work and for making railway sleepers. It is also suitable for beams, floorboards, ports, window frames, and light furniture. Sundari trees provide hard, durable timber for construction, building purposes, and boat making. The important trees found in these forests include magnolia, laurel, cinchona, wattle, jamun, plum, etc. Natural vegetation of India. Here's a table showing the natural vegetation of India. So first we have the vegetation type, tropical evergreen vegetation, climatic conditions. It is found in areas where the temperature ranges between 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is more than 250 centimeters. The distribution of this type of vegetation is in the western slopes of the Western Ghats, hills of northeastern region, and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Important trees in the tropical evergreen vegetation are rosewood, ebony, mahogany, tun, chaplas, siso, gurjan, telsur, etc. Next type of vegetation is the tropical deciduous, climatic conditions found in areas where temperature ranges from 26 to 27 degrees. Rainfall is between 100 to 200 centimeters. It is found in northern states along the foothills of the Himalayas, eastern slopes of the Western Ghats, and Orissa. Important trees are trees like sal, teak, arjun, palash, shisham, mahua, mulberry, simul, sandalwood, etc. are grown here. Tropical desert is the next type of vegetation. Climatic conditions. It is found in areas where the temperature is 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is less than 50 centimeters. Distributed in areas such as southwestern Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, central and eastern Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat. Trees found here are ber, babool, date palm, kher, neem. Littoral vegetation is the next kind of vegetation found in areas where the temperature ranges from 26 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is more than 200 centimeters. It is distributed in deltas of large rivers on the eastern coast, in pockets on the western coast, in saline swamps of the Sundarbans in West Bengal, and coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh and Orissa. Trees like keora, amur, bhara, rhizophora, screw pines, canes and palms, sundari, agar, etc. are found here. Next type of vegetation is montane, found in areas where the temperature ranges from 12 degrees Celsius to 13 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is between 100 to 300 centimeters. Distributed in the Himalayan zone from Kashmir to Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. Trees like spruce, deodar, walnut, cypress, jamun, chestnut, cedar, kale, birch are found here. Correlation of the forests with environment. Forests have an intricate interrelationship with the environment. Forests play a vital role in protecting the environment by performing the following functions. 1. Forests are the moderators of climate. They play an effective role in controlling humidity, temperature, and precipitation. 2. Forests play a dominant role in carbon cycle. They absorb atmospheric carbon dioxide and help in maintaining the purity of air and controlling atmospheric pollution. 3. Forests help in controlling soil erosion, soil degradation, and floods. That is why they are very helpful in land reclamation and flood control. 4. Forests help in water percolation and thereby maintain underground water table. 5. Decay of plant leaves provides humus to the soils and increases their fertility. Forest conservation. Man has been overexploiting the forests to satisfy not only his needs but also his greed. This has led to a decline in the forest cover. Due to rapid population growth and the demand for more food, forests have been cleared to convert them into agricultural land. Forests have been converted into pasture land for expanding dairy farming and cattle ranching. Overgrazing in the forests by animals in the tropical and subtropical regions has resulted into large-scale degradation of natural vegetation. Ever-increasing demand for timber for various purposes due to industrial expansion and urbanization has added to the problem of deforestation. Construction of multipurpose river valley projects has led to submergence of land and destruction of forested riversides. All these factors have led to the decline in forests, which have the following effects. First, decline in the forests have led to the decline in forest productivity. Second, forests influence human environment by moderating climate, regulating water supply, maintaining fertility of soil, and purifying air. Absence of forest cover leads to soil erosion, which increases load on the rivers. The increased surface load reduces water in the rivers for human use. Siltation causes floods, which destroy property, crops, and living beings. Third, lack of forest cover reduces precipitation, thus causing droughts. Fourth, forests use carbon dioxide during photosynthesis, but the absence of forests allows more concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere because of its non-consumption. Thus, deforestation increases greenhouse effect in the atmosphere. This raises the temperature of the Earth's surface and of the atmosphere, leading to global warming and its harmful consequences. Hence, conservation of forest is of vital importance for the survival and prosperity of humankind, isn't it? Conservation measures. To arrest deforestation and stop the diversion of forest lands for non-forest uses, the following conservation practices must be undertaken. First, increasing the area under forests. Loss of forests can be remedied by a massive program of tree plantation. Planting trees on degraded lands and land that is unfit for agriculture will not only help in improving the environment, but will also relieve harvesting pressure on these forests. Second, afforestation around industrial units. The level of pollution is much higher in areas where industries are located. For example, in the cities having iron and steel plants, pollution generated is more than the cities not having these plants. This is because during the manufacture of steel, air emissions from the manufacturing plants emit particulate matter, sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides, hydrocarbons, and hydrogen fluoride, which pollute the air. Besides, these steel plants emit significant dust levels of about 20 kilograms per metric ton of steel. To prevent pollution, trees are planted around the cities having iron and steel industries. The trees act as a barrier for the dust and purify the air. Third, stopping indiscriminate felling of trees. there should be a strict ban on felling of naturally growing trees. If a tree has to be cut, necessary permission has to be obtained. Besides, proper replacement of trees by planting saplings at least in the ratio of 1:10, that is 1 tree to 10 saplings, should be undertaken. Fourth, establishing corridors between different reserved forests. Wide corridors should be established in different reserved forests to allow the migration of wild animals. This will also help numerous species of animals to use these corridors for their dispersal and migration. Fifth, using alternative sources of energy. In many parts of the world, including India, trees are felled for providing firewood. So, in order to conserve forests, we must use non-conventional or renewable sources of energy, like solar energy, tidal energy, hydel energy, etc. Sixth, proper legislation and its implementation. Strict laws should be made to check deforestation. Proper care should be taken to see that these laws are strictly implemented. Seventh, people's participation. Participation of the local community is of utmost significance if any plan has to be enforced, since the local inhabitants are the ultimate users. Most programs now involve local communities in planning, decision-making, and implementation. National Forest Policy. The Government of India adopted a forest policy in 1952, which was further modified in 1988. This policy lays emphasis on sustainable forest management in order to conserve and expand forest reserves and to meet the needs of the local people. The other objectives of this policy are maintenance of environmental stability through preservation and, where necessary, restoration of the ecological balance that has been adversely disturbed by serious depletion of the forests of the country. Conserving the natural heritage of the country by preserving the remaining natural forests with a vast variety of flora and fauna which represent the remarkable biological diversity and genetic resources of the country. Checking soil erosion and denudation in the catchment areas of rivers, lakes, reservoirs in the interest of soil enrichment and water conservation, for mitigating floods and droughts, and for the retardation of siltation of reservoirs. Checking the extension of sand dunes in the desert areas of Rajasthan and along the coastal tracts. Increasing substantially the forest or tree cover in the country through massive afforestation and social forestry programs, especially on all denuded, degraded, and unproductive lands. Meeting the requirements of fuel wood, fodder, minor forest produce, and small timber of the rural and tribal populations. Increasing the productivity of forests to meet essential national needs. Encouraging efficient utilization of forest produce and maximizing substitution of wood. Creating a massive people's movement with the involvement of women for achieving these objectives and to minimize pressure on existing forests. Based on this conservation policy, the government has initiated the following measures. Social forestry. Now, what is this? Well, it refers to the management and protection of forests and afforestation on barren lands with the purpose of helping in the environmental, social, and rural development. Social forestry is forestry for community development. It consists of restoration, reallocation, reorganization of existing forest lands for the total development of the land and the people living on it, joint management of the forest and its production processes, and developing the socio-economic structure that makes the above two possible. Social forestry is people-oriented, value-based joint management of forests with a major objective of satisfying the needs, wants, and aspirations of both the people and the government. It embraces almost a limitless range of activities on uncultivated land and thus reduces the pressure on the nation's forest resources. Social forestry is also known as extension forestry, mind forestry, urban forestry, tree farming, Van Mahotsav, recreation forestry, livestock forestry, etc. Most of these names indicate utility of the forest features of social forestry. Objectives of social forestry. The main objectives of social forestry, as recommended by the National Commission on Agriculture, include the following. First, providing fuel wood, fodder for cattle, timber, and minor forest products to rural people. Second, utilizing the available land according to its productive capacity. Third, developing local cottage industries by providing raw materials. Fourth, providing efficient conservation of soil and water. Fifth, providing employment opportunities to the rural people. Sixth, increasing agricultural production by using cow dung as manure. Seventh, fulfilling the recreational needs of the people. Eighth, improving the aesthetic scene of the area. Ninth, achieving all-round rural development as a part of integrated rural development program. Features of social forestry. First, raising plantations by local people's participation. Second, taking the pressure off the forests and making use of all unused and fallow land. Third, letting local socio-economic conditions govern the structure and function of the forestry. Fourth, ensuring quick benefits, sustainable forestry, along with short crop rotation. Fifth, making use of easily implementable technology. Sixth, distributing the benefits derived from such projects equally among the people and socio-economically backward people. Agroforestry. Agroforestry is a part of social forestry and represents the intermediate stage between forestry and agriculture. Now, agroforestry refers to the sustainable system of managing a piece of land through combined production of agricultural crops and forest crops and animal rearing to ensure the most efficient land use under a management system in accordance with socio-cultural practices of the local people. Agroforestry aims to provide conservation of the land and its improvement in order to achieve a combined produce of forest and agricultural crops. Objectives of agroforestry. First, to reduce pressure on natural forests for obtaining timber as well as non-timber forest produce. Second, to check soil erosion and to maintain the natural fertility of the soil. Third, to maintain ecological balance along with proper utilization of farm resources. Fourth, to make the best use of all the available resources like land, manpower, livestock, ecological factors, etc., to obtain a variety of forest products such as food, fuel, fodder, livestock, recreation, and a variety of forest products sustainably from the same land. Agroforestry is different from the traditional forestry in the sense that it is not vulnerable to population stresses. It is created in accordance with the socio-cultural practices of the population. In fact, agroforestry coordinates with local population and reduces the pressure of population on traditional forestry.